Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Dante Fortson here with The Awakening Can't Be Stopped, an exercise in futility. Today's going to get interesting. So I know a lot of people pay attention to the surface information, but me, I'm a numbers guy. I like to pay attention to the numbers. And something doesn't quite add up when it comes to the urban apologist, but specifically Vocab Malone. Are his numbers a lie? Are his subscribers fake? Is he pretending to be more than he is? We're going to talk about some of that today, and we're going to do it based solely on the numbers. We're going to talk about what he's teaching, and a lot of his stuff is lies, and he's been doing a lot of clout chasing lately to get views, and we're going to see why today he's been doing all that clout chasing in order to get views. But before we get to that, for those that want to support, you can go to patreon.com/Dante Fortson, or you can go to hashtag BHITB for those of you with the Cash app. For those that want to support via PayPal, the link is in the description. And of course, you can always drop your support in the super chat by clicking the $ in the chat box during a premiere. For those that don't have it during these tough times, a share and a prayer are always appreciated. And speaking of those that don't have it, I have partnered with Kingdom Harbinger Ministries and Ron Shields to help Black families in need during this crisis. So if you do need help, reach out to Kingdom Harbinger Ministries or Ron Shields, aka Divine Prospect, and they should be able to help you guys out. Also, if you do have extra, please feel free to contact Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. They do need your help. They need as much help as they can get helping families. If you don't want to go through them, I do encourage you to do it yourself and help out Black families during this time of crisis. That's for those that have extra to give. We don't have to rely on the government. We can help our own. It is entirely possible. And I will be giving to Kingdom Harbinger Ministries every month until this is over. Again, this is to help Black families. We can help our own. We don't have to rely on people that aren't us to help us. All right, so if you have not clicked the thumbs up button yet, please do so. If you have not clicked the subscribe button yet, please do so. And for those of you who are already subscribed, please click the notification bell and click all notifications so that you get alerted whenever new videos are posted. So let's get this started. I'm going to start this off with 2 Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So understand this. When I got brought into this, I'm going to cover a little bit more of this. When I got brought into this, there's always a reason for me being brought into things. I was ignoring the urban apologist, and I'll come back to that in a moment. But now the Most High has given me a task to finish, and that's to see to the complete destruction of the urban apologetics movement, Eric Mason included. And those of you sending me messages telling me I should let up or I should stop, I should just ignore them. Unfortunately for you, it's more annoying than helpful. My call isn't to let up on them. My call isn't to let false teachers function and exist unchallenged. If you feel called to ignore them, then do so. Everybody doesn't have the same calling. However, I know what my calling is in this situation. So for those of you hitting me up, telling me, well, I should ignore them and don't focus on them and they're wasting my time. No, this is what I do. This is what I've been called to do. And so again, I can't sit by and let false teachers exist peacefully. And so this is what I'm on now. And every single urban apologist is a target. Anybody aligning themselves with urban apologists will become collateral damage. I 100% guarantee you that. So again, for those of you who are sending me messages telling me to stop, no, I'm not going to stop, because urban apologists, they're done. They have been backed into a corner and they know it. They are losing people fast, and I'm not going to let up till every single one of them is done. So let's continue along those lines. Here's a quote from The Art of War. If we wish to fight, the enemy can be forced to an engagement, even though he be sheltered behind a high rampart and a deep ditch. All we need to do is attack some other place that he will be obliged to relieve. So understand this. I was minding my business. Some of you heard this part of the story before, so I'm going to keep it real short. I was minding my business, and Vocab Malone decided to misrepresent what I believe about the 400-year prophecy. He intentionally did this. He calls himself a Christian. This is back when he had 16,600 followers or subscribers, and this came out in May 12th, 2019. He had not read my book. He didn't know anything about what I believe about the 400 years, and yet he decided to lie, like these urban apologists are known to do, and put my book in his video. Period. And if you go back and watch the video, it clearly misrepresents everything I believe about the 400 years. This was an outright, blatant, intentional lie on Vocab's part. And so understand that I wanted to address Vocab first. But what happened was Vocab started dodging me. And so I started posting, and then Faithful to God and Cherry Love decided to mention my name. So I said, okay, I know how to get Vocab's attention. So I went at Faithful to God and Cherry Love. And lo and behold, Vocab stepped out from behind the rock he slithered under. So this is how all this got started. Vocab brought this on the urban apologist himself by not knowing who he was addressing, not knowing anything I believe. He just decided to throw that up there because he wanted to associate all of us who believe that we're Israel. He wanted to lump us all with the camps. He wanted to lump us all together. And understand, we know that he's trying to create a false narrative for black people because he's just a snake and he has nothing to do with our community. Notice that Vocab Malone refuses to address the pedophiles in the Sicilian Catholic community. Vocab Malone is Sicilian. Why is he so worried about what the black community believes when it's clearly people in his community that believes pedophilia is okay, but he won't address pedophilia in his own community? I would like an answer from the urban apologist. Why isn't Vocab addressing pedophilia? Does he condone pedophilia? I just want to know why he's keeping silent on Sicilian pedophilia. But anyway, continuing. So now, as this thing progresses, I realize Vocab is really nothing. Eric Mason is the cult leader here. They shout his book out. They shout out Eric Mason. They say they did this because of him. But if anybody reads anything from Woke Church, you'll know that what Vocab is doing is the opposite of what Woke Church is talking about. Vocab is the problem that Woke Church is talking about. Now, here's another quote from The Art of War. I'm getting somewhere here. Hence, that general is skillful in attack whose opponent does not know what to defend, and he is skillful in defense whose opponent does not know what to attack. See, they can't attack me on the history, so they're scrambling. Vocab is trying to find any way to attack me. He's trying to, well, Dante didn't say anything about ISUPK. That's a lie. I've expressed my opinion on what the camps believe about, some of the camps believe about slavery. Not all of them believe the same, but I've addressed my opinion on that several times. And so Vocab put out his lying video with his lying title saying I'm silent, and he's still misrepresenting my 400-year belief. But again, that's what a snake does. Vocab is a liar, and I don't believe these guys are Christians at all, not even a little bit. Nothing about them represents Christ. They're not trying to preach the gospel to anybody. They are certainly not preaching the truth to anybody. They are not teaching history to anybody. What are they doing? They're doing what devils do, trying to cause discord, disruption. So in order to bring out Eric Mason, since he was hiding in his hole, probably the same hole Vocab slithered out of, I just went at Nefertiti and Damon Richardson. Nefertiti happened to be the one that replied. Damon Richardson has kept his mouth shut like he should because he got caught in a lie, just like Nefertiti. And so Nefertiti didn't see it coming. Damon Richardson didn't see it coming. None of them saw it coming because I hadn't mentioned their name. And as we can see, once I destroyed Nefertiti's entire reputation, you can look at the video. You can go look. She probably has more dislikes now. This is I don't remember when I took this screenshot. It was probably last week. But you can see she has more dislikes than likes in her response video to me because she lied. And if you go into her comments, you will see people calling her out as a liar, even time stamping where she's lying at. Over and over and over again, people are calling her a liar. Her reputation is done. And so now the urban apologist, instead of being truthful and saying, hey, she lied, and then presenting themselves as humble, put it that way, instead of humbling themselves and saying, yes, she lied, and then correcting the lie, they doubled down on the lie. And I went over this before. She went and said that there were Jews in West Africa, but they were white. Another lie. She followed it up with another lie. And now the urban apologists refuse to call it out or present evidence. For those of you on the fence, understand that when somebody will tell you something and they refuse to present evidence, it's because they're lying and they're trying to deceive you. Anybody that says, well, I need to know your loyalty first, I need to know if you believe me first before they give you the evidence, is a liar. All of them. Salam, G-Con, G-Man, Cherry Love, Faithful to God. Speaking of Faithful to God, if you go fact check him like Teo did, man, they pointed out so many lies and tactics that this guy uses. Fact check Faithful to God in every debate he claims he won. Faithful to God has to lie and overtalk and out yell people and try to bully people to win. That's the only way he can win a debate. But when you fact check him, you realize he's just been lying out of his mouth the whole time. So why is lying the thing that urban apologists go to? Read your Bible. Who's the father of lies? That's who these people are serving. And so the truth is not in them. This is why they will not provide their sources the first time asked. You shouldn't even have to ask for the sources. Or what they'll do is they'll only give you screenshots and not give you links to the original source to read for yourself, because they don't want you to see what they're hiding. And I'm talking about all of them without exclusion, all of them, without exception. So let's look at vocab's constant state of failure. This is what I said. We're going to look at the numbers. We're going to look at the numbers because the numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. So, excuse me. Vocab has 20,500 or so subscribers. This is just a rough estimate on YouTube. 20.5K subscribers. Now, if we look at the views in the last 30 days, this is a comparison to my views. I use TubeBuddy to see stats. We see all this stuff right here. Vocab has 786 videos up. In the last 30 days, he's put up 31 videos. He's had 69,900 views. Now, I've had 67,700 views. Why is that significant that Vocab only has 2,200 more views than me? We'll come back to that in just a second. Now, notice the difference in subscribers, though, in the last 30 days. I've had 590 new subscribers. He's had 494. So he's had 96 fewer subscribers than me in the last 30 days, but he's had 2,200 more views. He's also put up 5 times more videos than me. I put up 6 videos in the last 30 days. He's put up 31 videos in the last 30 days, and he's only managed to get 2,000 more views than me. Something isn't adding up because, again, he has 20.5K subscribers. I only have 10,419 subscribers, I believe. 10.4K subscribers. I have about half the subscribers he does. And yet he only gets 2,000 more views when he's putting out 5 times the video content. Something does not add up. So now it makes you wonder if Vocab subscribers are even real. And here's why I say this. If you look at his videos right here, right? These are the last 18 videos he put out. 558, 944, 247 views in 2 days, 500 views in 3 days, 337 views in 4 days. Notice that he's getting these Black History videos are not getting as many views as he probably thought they were going to get, because nobody wants to hear a white Sicilian culture vulture teach Black history. Black people don't want to hear it, and apparently his white subscribers don't want to hear it. Because out of 20K people, if you can only get 337 views in 4 days, you're doing something wrong. And again, you can look through all of these and you will see that the predominantly or the videos that get the most views are those where he attacks Black people and Islam. And Islam is a faith shared by both Black people and Arabs. And so when he attacks Islam or he attacks Black people, he gets a ton of views. Why? Because that's what his white Christian audience wants. That's what white Christians have always wanted, to attack Black people, Israelites specifically. They hate Black people. And we are starting to see that based on the type of stuff that gets views. So anyway, you go down here, you see this 359, 371 views in a week. He is doing something completely wrong, or Vocab is lying about his subscribers. And there are services you can use to pay for subscribers. And I believe that Vocab might have paid for a lot of his subscribers, and that's why they're not interacting on his page. And you're seeing it reflected in the number of views. Think about it, 247 views in 2 days. I'm gonna come back to that. Remember that, 247 views in 2 days. Something is not adding up. Now, if you go to my channel and you see the last 18 videos I posted, you'll see 6.9 thousand views, 4.1 thousand, 6.5 thousand over here, 4,000, 4.7 thousand, 4.5 thousand, 4.7 thousand, 11,000. This is with half the subscribers that Vocab has. No video, none of the last 18 videos I've posted has less than 1,000 views. But again, we look over here at his. Let me see. 2 weeks ago, 1.6, 1.3, 5.4, 784 views. And again, you go to mine. Let's see, when we find one 2 weeks is comparable. 2 weeks, 3.4 thousand views, 3.6 thousand views, 3.9. The numbers don't add up. And I'm going to add those numbers up for you. I did add up the numbers to all 18 videos. My last 18 and his last 18. We're going to come back to that in a second, though. So now, Vocab, as I showed you right here. Well, let me comment on this. So Vocab puts up this lie right here. This is an outright blatant lie, period. Vocab can try to justify it all he wants to. Vocab lied. And once you write a lie, it's called libel. When you say the lie out loud, it's called defamation. And so what Vocab is doing is he's attempting to commit libel and defamation. ISUPK lasted slavery, Dante Fortson silent. And again, I've mentioned my feelings on what some of the camps believe on the coming slavery, and Vocab is just lying. So that's what it is. And he's doing it to get views. But I want you to see how many views he's managed to get in 12 hours. 269 views in 12 hours. That's going to be important. He has 790 videos, but only 20,500 or so subscribers. Me, I only have 101 videos, and I have 10,400 subscribers. Why does he have almost 8 times more videos, but only double the subscribers? Again, something isn't adding up. And if you look at Teo Ministries, they only have 165 videos, but 34,700 subscribers. So why do they have roughly, let me see, I didn't even add those up. It's about 4 times fewer videos than Vocab, and yet they have 14,000 more subscribers than Vocab. Again, something isn't adding up. Sister E, shout out to Sister E as well. Y'all should go check her channel out. She is just under 1,000 subscribers, just under 1,000 subscribers. And in 8 hours, she got 234 views. Now, 8 hours, she got 234 views. This is why I said numbers are important. So if she got 234 views in 8 hours, why does it take Vocab 2 days to get 247 views when he has 20,000 subscribers and Sister E is still barely under 100? Under 1,000. He has 20 times more subscribers than her, and she is outpacing him in views. See, this is why it's important to pay attention to more than the surface, because men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. So again, 269 views in 12 hours. She managed to get 234 views in 8 hours with 1,000 subscribers. He only has 35 more views than her. And his video's been up 4 hours longer. I took these actually back to back. These screenshots. So his video's up 4 hours longer than hers. And he still only managed to get 35 more views than her. And he has 20 times more subscribers. Something is not adding up. So here's the numbers. Men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. Vocab stats, subscribers, 20.5K, mine, 10.3K. His views, 24,000. This is the last 18 videos. He's had a total of 24,260. My last 18 videos have a total of 85,100 views. He has 790 videos up, and I have 101 up. He has 2 times more subscribers, almost 8 times more videos, and roughly 1/4 the views that I have. How is that possible? The numbers are not adding up. Vocab Malone is trying to pretend to be something he's not. He's trying to deceive people, and I believe he's using one of those services to buy subscribers, to make it look like his channel's growing, when in reality, he probably only has about 1,000 to 2,000 legit subscribers, in my opinion. Just do the math. Look at the numbers. Even when other people share his stuff, his numbers are still low. Why is that? Now, I just want you guys to think about that. So now let me show you what is not seen, because I have a feeling that UA they're caught up in appearances, which is why Vocab needs to keep inflating his numbers, because he doesn't want to be caught. He doesn't want it to look like his channel is stagnant or that nobody is paying attention to him. And see, Faithful to God made a comment early on saying that he had more subscribers than me and all this other nonsense based on looking at my 3,500 subscribers at the time on YouTube. because people often don't understand that YouTube isn't the end all. I've had my website up, blackhistoryinthebible.com, since 2015. And before that, I had ministerfortson.com since 2009. Now, let me show you just this year. And I want to show you guys where we're at as Israelites. I want to show you guys how futile the urban apologist resistance to this information is. Now, you guys can see here, I've gone over these numbers before. 2018, 745,000 people. 2019, I reached 627,000 people. I was less active in 2019. But here in 2020, this has been, January is my best month ever at 83,755 views just for Black History in the Bible alone. And then February hit 79,000, which, as you can see, was the best February. Here, March, I hit 67,000, which was just under my 2018 activity. And this was taken a few days ago, April 18th, as you can see, and it's the 21st today. This is actually at 57,000 now. So I've actually passed all my previous Aprils, and we still have 10 days left in the month. And right now I'm averaging, as you can see down here, 2,800 visitors a day to blackhistoryinthebible.com. 2,800 visitors a day to blackhistoryinthebible.com. So far this year, in 2020, I've reached 278,573 views. Now, some of these people are repeat viewers, which is what's going to happen in any view count. I'm not sure how many are repeat viewers, but a lot of them are not repeat viewers, and I got proof of that, and I'll show you guys in a second. So 278,573 views this year so far. Vocab and UA will never catch up. Never catch up. And here's why. I'm going to keep going. Give me a second here. Search engine traffic. In the last 365 days, search engines have sent 287,465 people to my site searching for information about Israelites. Facebook has sent 26,367 people clicking links in the last year. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but the point is, YouTube isn't my only outlet. And so these people think that if they can slow me down on YouTube, they're slowing me down, which they haven't. The more they've talked, the more my channel has grown. Excuse me. The more they've tried to attack me, the more my channel has grown. The more that they refuse to give evidence, the more people have come to me for evidence. And so the urban apologist has actually been helping the Israelite movement by doing what they do, by just being themselves, by being lying deceivers, by not providing sources, by continuing to back liars like Nefertiti, continuing to back liars and racists like Vocab Malone and Faithful to God, hateful, evil, possibly possessed people like Cherry Love. The urban apologetics community has really basically pulled out a gun and shot itself in the head over and over and over and over again, almost as if they want us to succeed and they don't realize it. Now, YouTube this year, so far this year, as you can see, January 1st to April 17th, 2020 is this year. YouTube has reached over 443,000 people, 443,344 to be exact. That's how many people my YouTube channel has reached so far this year. Now, again, I'm a math person. So my BHITB reach, Black History in the Bible, has been 275,573 views this year. YouTube, I've reached 443,344 views this year. Grand total of 718,917 views so far in 2020. And we're only halfway, a little over halfway into 4 months of this. Trust and believe I will reach over 2 million people, possibly 3, depending on how the rest of the year goes. Vocab will never reach that many in a year, period, unless he goes on national TV. He won't ever have that kind of reach, and I don't need national TV to do it. I don't have to pay for advertising to do it, any of that stuff. And I'm just one person. Remember, Teo is still out there with their 34,000 subscribers, and there's a bunch of other people out there with a ton of subscribers that are Israelites. And Vocab is just dealing with one person here. So understand that the urban apologetics movement, their resistance is futile. YouTube, so far this year, I've had over 5,000. I've had 5,642 new subscribers just this year in 4 months. Website subscribers total 23,391. My total reach is 29,033 people right now. But see, they're probably only looking at that 10 thinking that Vocab is ahead of me. No, Vocab is about almost 10,000 people behind me if he's only sitting at 20,000. And again, I don't even think those 20,000 are legit. And again, I got receipts right here on YouTube, January 1st through April 27th, 5,642 new subscribers this year. Vocab is being outpaced and there's nothing he can do about it. I want Vocab to put up his numbers. I'd be interested for Vocab to put up his numbers and show everybody the real deal. How many views he's getting, how many subscribers he's gotten. Show them. Now, this is one of my mailing lists. This is the main BHITB mailing list. As you can see, total subscribers, 19,263. My BHITB list alone is bigger than Vocab's. Then I have a second list. This is the list if you guys heard me on Berean and I talked about how my subscribers dropped from over 30,000 to about 5,000. This is actually what's left of those 5,000 because as I started to teach more into this subject, more of them dropped off. And this is what is left from my original ministerfortson.com is 4,128 people. And they all get the blackhistoryinthebible.com updates. So when you add these two numbers together, it comes to 23,391. And then I added this number. I didn't even add my total. But anyway, I had only added this right here to this total, to the total reach of 29,000. But as you know, I have 10K subscribers. So that number is more like 34,000. My numbers are closer to Teo's in total. So I just added the total reach, total new reach for this year. So if you want to get a more accurate, add another, another 5,000 people to this? No, actually 4,800 people to this number. And you'll get about, is 33,433 is my total reach. 33,433 is about my total reach. And that reach is growing by the day. And there's nothing the urban apologetics community can do about it. They can't stop us. And so one of the things they tried to do recently was form Christian Voltron, which had to be one of the lamest things I've ever seen, where you got all these people on the panel, including Eric Mason, which is what I wanted. I wanted Eric Mason to finally stick his head out and say something. But you have this lame panel of losers that get up there whining and crying about Dante Fortson, how I'm a problem, when it's Vocab's fault I'm even unleashed on any of them. Vocab brought this on all of them. And yet they don't see how associating with Vocab is a bad idea. Nephroniti's credibility might still be intact if Vocab hadn't have brought me into this. Eric Mason probably wouldn't have been embarrassed by that article that got put out about him embracing white supremacy and selling out the black community had Vocab not brought me into this. Now, Christ said we would know them by their fruit. So let's look at the fruit of urban apologetics. And I've gone over this before. Disruption. This is why they don't present history. They're not preaching Christ or anything. Vocab's one goal, or he has several goals, but one of his goals is to disrupt the black community. Again, he has no business involved in what we believe, teach, think, any of that stuff. It's none of his business. When you have kids being molested by people from his culture, when you have Sicilian pedophile priests running around molesting children and keeping nuns as slaves, and he wants to be worried about what black people believe. Go handle your own business. Go help those kids that are being molested by your people, Vocab Malone. Discord. He just wants to sow discord in the black community, which is why he would put something up like ISUPK laughs at slavery and Dante's silence. See, what he wants to do is he wants to turn black people against each other. And you can see this in his tactics. And it's not going to work because I'm not going to go at ISUPK or any other camp. Because now I'm focused on the urban apologetics movement. Understand what I was doing before. Before I was going after camp doctrine. I wouldn't name any specific camps, just specific doctrine being taught. So if a camp did not believe that doctrine, they weren't included in what I was saying, because I'm not going to lump everybody together, because unlike the dishonest urban apologetics movement, I know that not all Israelites believe the same thing. And so my focus was various doctrines within the camps. Vocab Malone didn't want me doing that. Vocab Malone wanted me to turn my attention towards UA. And so he got my attention. And so now my attention is towards UA. If you ever heard the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, understand that now I'm not focused on the camps. I'm aligning myself against UA, even though I don't agree with all camp doctrine. I don't agree with the doctrine of all Israelites. But understand that my association with Ron Shields came about because Vocab decided to say my name at some point and put my book in his video. My association with Pastor Kelly and Berean and everybody else that has stemmed from this is because Vocab opened his mouth. I already knew Teo before this. I've known Teo for a long time. I think, actually I did meet Sister E prior to this. So Sister E and Teo I had been in communication with prior to this. But understand, all the new connections that are being made behind the scenes, all the new alliances are because Vocab couldn't keep his mouth shut. He has to attack every black person that believes they're Israel. Now, anybody that wants to go on my website and read my statement of faith, you can. I believe in Christ. I believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe in God the Father. I believe everything most Christians believe, except, as I've been clear, I believe I'm Israel. And so therefore, Vocab Malone feels the need to lie and attack because for some reason, he thinks that if you actually believe history and evidence and sources, that somehow you can't believe in Christ. And yet he can embrace his pedophilic culture. And there's nothing wrong with that. He has a whole culture full of nothing but pedophiles and rapists and idolaters that he doesn't want to address. And somehow he can still be Christian. But if you believe you're Israel, you can't believe in Christ. That doesn't even make sense. Disinformation, as I've covered. This is the urban apologetics community is nothing but liars. They lie, they lie, they lie. And then what happens is when one of them lies, it sounds good to the other ones. They will all start spreading those lies. They are nothing but false witnesses. Over and over and over again. When Nefertiti made that video lying on me, her response video lying on me, look how many of them shared it. Look how many of them jumped on board. All of them, lie after lie after lie. And if you go to Nefertiti's comments, you will see people calling her out and time stamping where she's lying at. I called out 6 lies in my response video, actually more than that, but I only numbered 6. I called out at least 9, but I only numbered 6 of them. And more people called out other lies that I didn't even point out because she's a liar and all the rest of them are liars. So what do liars do when they get in groups? They come up with ways to push disinformation and false narratives. Now, discouragement. They want to discourage black people from even looking into their history, which is why they demonize it. They'll say, you're not saved if you believe you're Israel. Well, how so? Show me in the Bible. Ask them for the Bible verse where it says you're not saved if you believe black people are Israel. Ask them for the Bible verse where you're saved if you believe white people are Israel. See, they have a huge double standard. White people are allowed to say whatever they want to. They don't ask them for any evidence. They don't ask them for any proof. They don't say they're putting culture over Christ or any of that other nonsense. As soon as we do it, we get demonized for it. See, this is the satanic fruit of the urban apologetics movement. They're disingenuous. They have no concern for saving anybody's souls. All they want to do is make sure that Israel doesn't wake up. Why? Because they understand that if Israel wakes up, Israel calls back the Most High and judgment falls upon them, which is happening now. We're seeing judgment all over the world, and yet they won't admit that we were right about the 400 years, the curse ending. The Most High will be standing face to face with them in judgment, and they still won't admit that they were wrong. But every knee shall bow. Understand that they are fighting against the Most High God of Israel, and they are going to lose. They are all about deception, which is why Vocab, I believe he's inflating his numbers and buying subscribers to make it look like they're making progress, when in reality, Vocab is suffering from the same problems as many of these churches. People are fleeing Christianity. People are waking up to the truth that it is a lie. It is a deception. It is probably the final world religion that the Bible prophesied about. Think about it. They've been looking for, we're gonna come back. They've been looking for this false rapture, and they've been looking for this antichrist and the final world religion. And yet, if we look at Christianity, I'm gonna do a whole presentation on this. If we look at Eurocentric Christianity, let me be specific. If we look at Eurocentric Christianity, the way they teach it, it's okay to demonize the feast days that are in the Bible. They refuse to celebrate that. And if you celebrate that, they demonize you. And yet they pick up paganism. They will celebrate the solstice, the equinox. They will celebrate Easter. They will celebrate Halloween, Christmas. They'll put up the trees. They'll celebrate the fertility goddess with her eggs and rabbits. They'll celebrate all kind of paganism and evilness. They'll disregard the Sabbath and say worship on Sunday instead of the Sabbath. Now, understand that I'm not one of these guys that says, well, you can't worship on Sunday. I believe you can worship every day of the week. However, the Bible does say, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't worship on other days and that you can only worship on the Sabbath. No, you can worship all throughout the week. You are supposed to keep the Sabbath holy. Now, I don't believe law keeping leads to salvation. So let me put that out there now, because I know the urban apologists, they'll lie and try to twist that, even though I've been clear multiple times that I don't believe in law keeping leading to salvation. I believe that's through grace alone, through Christ, and that anyone who calls upon the name of Christ shall be saved. This is what I believe. They can't refute that because that's what they believe. And so what they do is they engage in personal attacks on a lot of us in order to keep people blind and ignorant of the truth that's out there. But what they're doing is they're wasting their time, because as we're growing, we can see that Vocab's channel is declining based on the numbers. He's not even pulling 1,000 people in 2 weeks to view a video, and he has 20,000 subscribers. How is this possible? So understand, you guys need to start looking below the surface. Don't let the subscriber count fool you. Look at the view count on the videos. Look at how many people are in his lives. Just look at it. I guarantee you this video right here, by the time it's done, I want you guys to hit the refresh. When this video is 100% over, hit the refresh. See if it has more than 300 views. See how many views it has. Remember, it took Vocab 12 hours to get 269 views, I believe it was. 12 hours to get 269 views. As soon as this video is over, I want you guys to hit refresh and see how many views this has. Not when you're done listening, but when the video is completely premiered and over. Tomorrow, 12 hours after this video, hit the refresh button and see how many views this has. And I only have half the subscribers Vocab has, and I have no clue how many people are going to watch this. I guarantee you it's going to be more than 269 in 12 hours, though. 100% guarantee you. So anyway, for those of you who have been waiting for me to go at Eric Mason, I'm going to address Eric Mason and his cult very, very soon. I have a full video that I'm working on right now. The PowerPoint is done. I'm just editing some video clips, stuff that came out of Eric Mason's own mouth, so they can't say I'm lying. I'm actually going to incorporate the video of him speaking out of his own mouth on camera, saying certain things about the urban apologetics community. Yeah, I'm definitely going to post the video of Eric Mason talking trash about the urban apologetics community. So that's coming soon. So make sure y'all stay tuned. And if you have not grabbed your copy of Undeniable, Full Color Evidence of Black Israelites in the Bible, or The Black Hebrew Awakening, 400 Years of Slaves in America, both of those are available on Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. For those of you who want me to continue keeping my foot on UA's neck, please make sure you share these videos. For those of you who want to support financially, again, patreon.com/Dante Fortson. There is an exclusive number for VIP patrons to text me directly and call me directly. I don't always answer the phone calls because if I'm in the middle of stuff, I won't answer a phone call, but I do text back for those that have that number. And again, that is for VIP patrons. For those that want to support via Cash App and want to see me continue doing what I'm doing to UA, hashtag BHITB. PayPal link is in the description. And of course, the super chat, as I mentioned before. So if you've not yet done so, please put your thumbs up, click the thumbs up button. Please click the subscribe button and click all notifications on the notification bell if you've already subscribed. The Eric Mason video is coming soon. I promise you that. The Eric Mason video is coming soon. And again, there will be clips of Eric Mason talking trash about UA, admitting that he's not in control of the movement, which makes you wonder if they're shouting him out as the person at the top, and then he says he's not in control. Who is behind Eric Mason? What kind of money is behind Eric Mason? We've all heard Berean say it twice, that there was white money behind Eric Mason. So we know that there are a group of people that are not black that are funding an anti-black movement, and they're using black faces to do it. So I'm going to keep digging at this. And again, if you guys want to see me keep digging, please share these videos. Please send your support. And make sure you click the thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up, because it means more people see these videos when you click the thumbs up. It goes up higher in the YouTube algorithm. So anyway, with that said, until next time, I'm out.